at 10 minutes of 5 on November the 14th.
Yes.
Very
And
good.
and the agenda is
Well,
going to be talked about.
You need a second.
Well, I'll second.
Well, no, you don't have to second it.
You just called the meeting over.
Just making sure.
The agenda for this meeting is basically the ground rules that will govern this negotiation process. And do we want to go around again? Did you record the individuals here?
Nope.
I think we should do that, to let people know who we are and what side of the fence we're on. If we want to start over with you, Miss, that would be great.
John Mustaine, Shaftesbury.
Neil Hogan from the Career Development Center.
Donna Stone, Molly Stark School.
Deanna Donza, Monument Elementary.
Kristen Olmsted, Mount Anthony Union High School.
Karen Theoret, Pownell Elementary School.
Jen Austin, Middle School.
Norm Bartlett, Vermont NEA.
Amy Thaburge, SWVEA President, Mount Anthony High School English teacher.
I'm Mike Malloy. I'm from Mount Anthony High School, Social Studies Department.
Jim Galpine, SVSU Superintendent.
Frank Kitty, Shaftesbury.
Jackie Kelly, BSD.
Steve Stutzel, attorney for the boards.
John McDonald, Southwest Vermont Regional Technical Center.
Tim Holbrook, MAU.
Nelson Brownell, SVSU Board.
Cindy Brownell, Pownell.
Ed McDonough, Human Resources Support.
Human Resources. Okay, I had circulated a draft negotiation ground rules dated November 14, 2016. And these are substantially the ground rules that guided the last teacher contract negotiation. I did not make any intentional changes to them, and so just want to see if we need to make any changes at this point. We're negotiating an agreement that will be a successor to the one that will expire in about 7 months, June 30, 2017. And these rules will be in effect while we are engaged in face-to-face negotiations. And as we had agreed last time, they would remain in effect until 30 days after issuance of a fact-finding report, if it goes to fact-finding. But if after that 30-day period, the ground rules are no longer in effect, and at that point, we sort out how we want to proceed. So, are there any questions or need for clarity?
So just one addition that we had on item 3. Wondering if you could add my name to that information regarding cancellations.
Add, so in addition to Norm, will... Yep.
Norm for the association, you for the boards, and myself as the chair. So it's last name is Malloy, Molloy.
Steve, I just have a question.
Okay.
Is this an appropriate time to talk about the length of contract and the length of these sessions to put into the ground rules or not?
Well, we have in here, generally, the negotiation sessions will be about 2 hours in duration.
Right, but they could be extended by mutual agreement, or what would we do that? In other words, if we're halfway through and 2 hours are up, do we want to keep on going, certainly?
Yes.
Does this limit us to 2 hours?
No.
What number are you on?
I think number 2 says approximately, so I think that word approximately gives us some flexibility.
Okay, so everybody's happy with that, just so that we understand that we don't have a time limit on it,
Sure.
we can go over that. Do we want to talk about the length of contract at this particular time?
I think that would be premature, probably.
Okay.
You want to get this done?
Was there anything else that you guys wanted?
That was our only change.
What was our only change that we did?
Okay, do board members have any questions or comments? No? Okay, so I can prepare and I will ship off to Norm a clean version, and we can sign off on that the first thing at the next meeting, which is scheduled for November 28th.
Correct.
Yes,
Great. Yeah. Yeah, good, thank you.
Okay. Then, at this point, the next session is scheduled for November 28th under the ground rules, and this is
6.
Rule 7. The principal agenda item for meetings scheduled on November 28th and December 12th shall be identification by the parties of the specific matters to be negotiated. So the board will be prepared to provide written proposals, to you at that time at the meeting on the 28th, and hopefully that would be reciprocal, and maybe we'll have agreement by the end of the evening on the 28th.
Yes.
We're in.
Then we'll go from there.
Yes. So the 28th, we will provide our information to be negotiated.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Is the 28th the only other meeting that's scheduled at this point?
No,
No.
12th, we have another meeting.
December 12th.
December 12th also.
And, additional proposals could be submitted at that time. I know that Norm and I, over the years, we've seen that sometimes when we get our initial proposals, it prompts thought of something else. But the goal is to try to get everything on the table as early as possible so we can begin to work through the items that we need to resolve.
For sure.
The other thing I just mentioned at this point in this negotiation process, as you are aware, there are new health insurance plans that will become effective January 1, 2018. And the plans that are currently in existence will cease to be available as of that date. And the boards are hopeful that we can reach agreement prior to expiration of this contract, meaning have agreement on all issues and a new signed contract before June 30, 2017. That is always the hope in contract negotiations. There is additional urgency in this case to try to get agreements in place because the one thing that we know about health insurance is that there will be a change as of January 1, 2018, whether or not we have a settled contract. And so we certainly hope that we can have an orderly transition to new health insurance plans. And for that reason, the boards are looking at helping, and there should be no surprises, I'm sure it is the same with you, how we deal with health insurance going forward is an important component of this contract negotiation. It's an absolutely necessary one because the status quo is not an option.
Agreed.
Good.
Agreed. And we're prepared to certainly talk about it and and discuss what we're thinking, and we're anxious to hear what you all think as well.
Yeah.
Are there any other issues?
The meetings that we're scheduling, like on the 28th, they're all starting at 4 o'clock,
4 o'clock here.
just so we all.
Yeah. We will be here at 4. Yeah.
Anybody else? If there are no other issues, I would suggest we don't need a motion to close the meeting, but we can adjourn the meeting.
Well, actually, I would like to meet with the board.
Well, that's what I'm
council.
going to say, right.
So what we would need is for the board council to have a motion to go into executive session to
All right.
caucus.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good.
But
We adjourn to no action.
I
Right.
would say that, when we reconvene to adjourn, there will be no further action or discussion. Okay,
All right.
thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Yep.